Thank you so much to EA for inviting me to this early access event. Hello everyone, it's Lisa here and welcome back to my channel. So today we are building something with the new Adventure Awaits pack, and I'm so excited to show you all the builds that I've done with the pack so far. I absolutely love the pack. There are so many great items and new wallpapers and new roof textures and all the kinds of stuff. I really like it. It is perfect to build more cottages and also like cabins, and I think it's also gonna be super nice to build more stuff in Granite Falls now, because we got so many new items for that kind of style, and I'm super excited about that. So I hope you're gonna enjoy the builds that I'm gonna upload in the next couple of days. I built some family homes and this build here that I'm gonna talk about in a second. And yeah, just a couple of builds I did, so I hope you're gonna enjoy them. Today we are working on a camp. And this camp I built on a 50 by 50 lot, and I really love the whole neighborhood that we got with the new pack. It is amazing. I love all the landscaping there, and also the fact that we got 2 new lots which are next to the lake or the ocean. I'm not quite sure, is it a lake or the ocean? I'm not sure, but anyways, it's next to the water. And the last time that we got those kinds of lots, I think it was when Solani was released, so quite a while ago. And I'm quite happy that we finally got new lots like that, so I'm super excited about that as well. The pack is gonna be released on October 2nd. And if you decide to buy the pack or pre-order the pack, feel free to use my creator code SunnysimsieYT at checkout in the EA app. I would appreciate that so much. I do get a 5% commission fee if you decide to use my code, so that's quite nice for me. So therefore that would make me very happy, but obviously don't feel pressure to do that. There are also so many other great creators whose codes you can also use, but most importantly, don't feel pressure to buy this pack at all, because 40 euros is really a lot of money, or dollars, or whatever currency you're gonna buy the pack in. So don't feel pressure to buy it. I like the pack, it is amazing, but still I'm not gonna say like I can't justify paying 40 euros for this pack. It's too much for a broken game, so therefore I can't really like recommend you buying the pack, because in general the whole Sims 4 game is broken, so therefore I can't recommend buying any of the packs until it's fixed. So only buy the pack if you really like want to and have the money for that. The whole pack is about camps and getaways and everything, and I think that's a quite nice feature. I didn't really do any gameplay because I'm just a builder, so therefore I can't really talk too much about that. So I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of other great creators that already did like build and buy overviews about the whole pack or the neighborhood and all those things. So if you want to, you can check out my good friend Simproved. I'm sure she's gonna do a whole build and buy overview about this pack as well, and also all the debug items and everything. She always does that. I love her videos, she's amazing, so check her out. Also her builds are super cool. So I didn't do any gameplay with the pack, but I did try to set this whole location here up as a camp. So that's something I tried, and I'm gonna say tried because it didn't really work out for me. I mean, it did work, but it was just very complicated for me, I would say, and very time consuming, and just, well, it's very much all about this whole micromanagement, which I think is a quite cool feature. I generally love micromanagement in The Sims 4. It's quite nice, I think. But for me, that was just very, I don't know, I struggled with that. Let me say it like this. So until now, I haven't really figured out how to do the whole schedule plan, because you can schedule every little time slot for the whole getaway here. You can say whatever like the camp counselor is gonna do, or the campers and the camp directors and all the other Sims that you invite here. So that's quite nice, but it was just very difficult for me, and I have to look into that again. The build is obviously also, I'm gonna upload it to the gallery once the pack is out, because before that I'm not able to upload it, obviously. On October 2nd, I'm gonna make sure to upload this build, and there you can also download it. And hopefully until then I figured out how to do the whole camp thing, so that you can just download the build and play with it and you don't have to stress out about creating a schedule and all those things. But you can obviously change the schedule, that's always possible. So let me talk about the lot a little bit more now. So this is a camp, and I decided to call this camp Melody. So it's Camp Melody here, because melody, you know, that sounds like music, you know, because it's a music camp. I was like, as soon as I saw the trailer and also when I opened up the game and saw all the new items, I was like, okay, I absolutely have to build something that is Camp Rock inspired, because I love Camp Rock. It's such a great movie. It is a bit cringe and everything, but it's so cool. I love it. And obviously, while I was building this whole lot here, I just had to rewatch the whole movie, and I had a blast doing that. So everything here is inspired by that movie. It is not really like a copy of all the things there. I just try to include some things from here and there that were also in the movie. So for example, I built a couple of cabins for the Sims to sleep in. So there are 2 beds in each cabin, and they just share the cabin. And I also built a stage on the water where the Jonas Brothers performed their new hit single, I think, in the movie. But here I also, I built a little stage so that your Sims can also like create music, and it looks like a stage. It's sadly not really functional as a stage, but you can improvise a bit, I'm sure of it. And there's also some, I placed down some canoes. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. You know what I'm talking about, those things in the water, because they also had that in Camp Rock, and I thought it would be a quite nice like addition to the whole camp, so that they can also maybe do some other activities. And there is also a room where they can just practice some instruments like a piano and guitars, and well, that's about it with the instruments. I didn't place down like any violins because I feel like they don't really fit the vibe I was going for, but obviously you can change that. And I also built a big common house where I built a kitchen and also a dining area, just some hangout spots. And on the first floor of that big house there are some bedrooms for the camp counselors and the camp directors and all the staff who might work here. So yeah, I'm quite happy how the whole camp turned out. I think it's a camp where I would feel super happy as a kid. I never really went to any camp things or something like that, so that's something I didn't really do. I don't know if that's an American thing to do, but I don't think that any of my friends went into some kind of camp. But maybe that's just me. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I didn't have any friends when I was younger, so maybe that's why none of my friends did that. Who knows? So basically all of my knowledge about camps is from American movies. So I hope I really achieved the whole camp look. Well, it's something I just didn't I never experienced myself. Also, keep in mind that this is an early version of the game, so it's not the finished game itself, it's just an early access version, so some things might change and not everything is exactly the same as you can see here. You can also see my name popping around the screen everywhere, that's how you know it's an early access version, so yeah, just keep in mind that some things might be different. So I already built a whole big cabin, you can see it on the right side of the lot, and now we started working on the little cabins. So there are 4 cabins in total and all of them look basically the same on the interior. I gave them all the same kind of bed and dressers and just make it look like very generic, but then in the end I went in and add clutter to each cabin, but like different clutter to each cabin so they don't look exactly the same and just a tiny little bit personalized maybe. But yeah, I just copied this one cabin 4 times basically, or like I copied it 2 times and then the third one I had to build on a diagonal, but on the interior it looks exactly the same like this one, just with different clutter items. Each one of them has a bathroom where I placed down a shower and toilet and sink. Obviously the shower is new, it came with the new pack and I think it looks so cool. The shower is just perfect for those kinds of cabins, but obviously for normal builds they don't really fit the whole vibe. You can also see that amazing wallpaper here again. I love the details on it, honestly. I think we got a couple of different swatches on that and also different wallpaper types with all like wooden textures, and they look so cool. I'm obsessed with them and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use them a lot more in the future. I think we got 4 beds in total, which I'm super excited about, because the last pack, the Enchanted by Nature pack, had amazing beds, don't get me wrong, but I was really missing that single bed there and the same style and everything. So here we actually got 2 double beds and 2 single beds, and they all match together, and I'm happy about that. I think it looks super cool. And yeah, so the next thing we're gonna work on is the big stage in front of all the cabins, and just like the main center point, maybe, I'm not sure. I had so much fun building the stage. I think it turned out pretty nicely. And yeah, so the stage has a little roof on top as well, because I figured since I placed down a grand piano there as well, I think it's like the second grand piano on the whole lot. Yeah, there's gonna be one later on as well. So since I placed down this, I thought maybe it's not the best thing to keep that one in the rain outside. So I placed a roof on top of it. I'm not quite sure, even though if you only have this pack and none of the other packs, you probably don't even have rain in the game, because rain is a season expansion pack thing. So I placed a roof on top of it anyways, just for like, I don't know, realism. Maybe you can also like move the piano every morning and evening and every time it rains. Who knows? I'm not sure. So yeah, I really enjoyed decorating the whole stage, and I tried to add as many details as I could with the whole base game only thing. No, not base game only, it's also Adventure Awaits, but with only those 2 packs, so it's a bit limiting, but I enjoy that every now and then. So it's quite cool, and I enjoy not having to decide between like 5,000 items, because I'm really bad at making decisions, and therefore that makes it easier, I think. I also placed down a fire pit in the middle of all those cabins, and I really like how that looked. It looks so cozy, and it really reminds me of like Camp Rock 2, the second movie, where they just all hang around at the fireplace. I think that's so iconic. And just recently I saw a post about the fact that there's a Camp Rock 3 coming out soon, or not soon, but someday in the future, which I would be excited about if Demi Lovato was in the cast, but sadly she isn't. So therefore I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna, well, I will probably watch the movie anyways, but it's probably not as nostalgic and everything as the other Camp Rock movies. But well, I will see, maybe when it comes out in a couple of months or years, who knows. So yeah, I'm just doing some more exterior landscaping work. I just try to make it look cohesive with the surrounding areas, so I just used a bunch of debug items from the new pack and also from base game, because some of the foliage around the lot is also from the base game debug. So I mixed and matched that a little bit around, and yeah, and I think that turned out quite nicely. It really fits the whole surrounding area, and it really looks nicely here, I think. And yeah, I really try to like use every little inch of this whole lot. So everything is a bit squeezed, and maybe the pathways are not like super big. And for me, everything worked, so all the Sims can walk everywhere. Even though I didn't really play with the whole schedule getaway thing, I just playtested everything and that worked. So yeah. And now I'm just decorating the cabins a little bit more with all the clutter and all the items that I've talked about earlier. I'm not gonna show each cabin here how I decorated them, because they basically look all the same, and you can see them in the screenshots at the end of the video if you really want to see how it looks. But yeah, it's basically just a little bit repetitive. So now we are just working on the last build of the whole lot. And this is the dance studio that I was talking about earlier, and also the area where they can just do music together. So there's a grand piano and also some guitars, and the big dance area, or like, yeah, it's a dance area, I would say. I just placed down a stereo, and your Sims can just like dance to the music from the stereo. That's all I could do there, because it's base game and adventure rates only, so I'm a little bit limited there. But anyways, I think we are actually almost finished with the whole build, and I really hope you enjoyed the whole build. I'm gonna upload a bunch of more Adventure Awaits builds in the future, and also just normal Sims 4 builds, which are just base game only, or sometimes also with all the packs, just different kinds of builds, and I'm excited to upload all of them. I had a blast in the past couple of weeks just building with all the packs and new packs and base game, and yeah, I enjoy building in The Sims. So therefore, subscribe to my channel if you want to see all of those builds, and if you want to like the video, that would help me out a lot as well. I would appreciate that a lot. You can find the build on the gallery on October 2nd when the pack comes out, and also the tray files are gonna be uploaded to my Patreon account on that date as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that so much, and then I hope I will see you all in the next video. Bye!